And zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, my oh my, it is Friday, 24th day of June, 2022. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your day with us. Clear skies, 55 degrees here in downtown Wenatchee, Washington, USA. The warm-up begins really in earnest tomorrow. We'll be fairly mild today, right around 82, 83, give or take a couple. We had 78 yesterday on Thursday, although it felt a little warmer than that, but we're just not used to the heat. We're not accumulated to it yet, because at this time last year we were just beginning a brutal heat wave. It's not going to be nearly that hot, but we're going to warm up to near triple digits by Monday before we cool back down. The forecast, I think you're going to like nicest weekend of the year by far is almost upon us. A forecast I think you're going to like is coming up. News, whether you like it or not, we're going to give it to you. That'll be coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Good night for the wild victory for the Mariners yesterday afternoon down in Oakland. They were this close to being no hit, and they pulled it out. Highlights of a remarkable Mariner victory coming up. And the Apple Sox scored a bunch of runs in the first inning and held on to beat Victoria. We like to hear that. We'll talk about that. Plus, we'll preview the weekend in sports. There's racing. They'll be driving fast and turning left at the WVSO tomorrow night. We'll have that. And speaking of sports, in the back half of the program, I had a chance to stand up. We went down to Walla Walla Point Park a couple of weeks ago to interview Lindsay Davison and Roger Taggart from the Mission Ridge ski team. And they have come up with this really cool idea. They're going to hold a kids triathlon at Walla Walla Point Park. It's for kids on the 9th day of July. That's going to be pretty cool. Swimming, biking, running. Get your kids active. Get them out of the house. Get them out playing video games. A summer vacation. Get your kids involved and do this triathlon with the proceeds to benefit the Mission Ridge ski team. Lindsay and Roger will give you those details in the back half of the program. It's a conversation you are going to like. Let's get going. Let's start our tour around north central Washington and the Wenatchee Valley with our Sky-Fi cameras. Once again, just like it was yesterday, sunrise 5:05, sunset 9:02. That's the way it was yesterday and the day before. It'll be that way tomorrow and Sunday as well. Again, yesterday's high was 78. Our normal high was 80. It felt a little bit warmer. Had a little bit of breeze at times. But we're going to be above normal today, well above normal on Saturday, and just plain hot on Sunday and Monday and even into Tuesday before we cool down. Once again, the Columbia River, super high, super cold. We were down at Walla Walla Point Park yesterday. The water has breached the spit where the lagoon is. You can't walk all the way out to the edge of the spit because it's covered in water. The water is high everywhere. In fact, and it's also flowing fast. We're going to show you a couple of graphics here in just a few minutes because people are going to be tempted to get into the water with the warm temperature, and it's probably not a very good idea. Camera number 2. That is a beautiful shot of Lake Chelan from, I want to say maybe Greens Knob. Wow. Good guess, Dan. We haven't used that camera in a very long time. That's quite a ways up the Lake Chelan area. As you can see, not too many houses or cabins up there. That's the Greens Knob camera looking up towards Lake Chelan, towards Tehican. We have Sky-Fi towers even farther up than that, but we don't have any cameras on those, so we say hello to Lake Chelan from the Greens Knob camera. That's a ways up the lake. Camera number 3. Beautiful view from Jump Off Ridge. Good morning to our friends at the Stimmill Basin. Good morning, Malaga. You can see almost all of the East Wenatchee Bench. You can see Badger Mountain to your right, Birch Mountain dead center, and Wenatchee tucked down there below Wenatchee Heights. A stunning view from Jump Off Ridge. And camera number 4. Billy Goat checks in. Still seeing a few clouds up there in Billy Goat, but don't worry, they're going to be dissipating as the day progresses. We want to say good morning to Pateris, Bridgeport, Brewster, Omak, Okanagan, Riverside, Tenasket, Orville, Kamloops, Edmonton, Calgary, and Juneau, Alaska, although the camera doesn't go up that high. And that's another example. Look how high the Columbia River is even up there. They're spilling water over the top of Grand Coulee Dam. They don't do that very often. But of course, all of these folks, they all talk to each other to figure out where they're at as far as the water flow is concerned. And the water flow is high and cold. The USGS, the United States Geological Society, has river monitors all over the area, and I wanted to show you exactly how fast some of these rivers are running. This is the Aniak River near Ardenvore, and I downloaded this about an hour and a half ago. Normally, the Aniak River, as it flows through or near the town of Ardenvore, runs at about 1,000 cubic feet per second. That's normal. That's the triangle that you see there. This morning it's running at 1,700 cubic feet a second. So it's cooking. It's going fast, and it is cold. Look how high it's supposed to be as opposed to how high it actually is. And if you thought that was strong, wait till you see this one. This is the Wenatchee River near Monitor. Again, normally it would flow at about 7,000 cubic feet per second, the Wenatchee River near Monitor. This morning it is running at 10,000 cubic feet a second. It's cooking, and it's running high too, and of course all of that dumps into the Columbia, and so it's putting a lot of stress on the dams. A lot of the spill gates are wide open. This is very late in the year to have this kind of water flow in the Antioch River and the Wenatchee River, and it's all because we had that cool wet spring, and so the snow in the very upper elevations at 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 feet is still melting, and it's all got to go somewhere, and that's one of the reasons the water is so cold. It is very cold. The Columbia River this morning in Wenatchee is at 56 degrees. Lake Chelan's at 59 degrees. So if you jump in the cold water, it's cold. Just a heads up on that. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Temperatures will start climbing the ladder in earnest really on Saturday. We'll get up to right around 80, 81. We're off to a cooler start than we were yesterday. We're at 55 right now. Yesterday this time we were at 59 degrees to start the show. We'll go up to 86 on Saturday as the flat ridge becomes a dome. And then we get to 91 and then to 98 on Monday. And then we gradually cool down. Now, of course, temperatures this warm is normal for this time of year. It's not uncommon, but since it's our first real heat event of the season, if you're not acclimated to this type of heat, you could be in trouble. So just a heads up, if you're out and about in the sun, you know what the rules are by now. I'm not going to gild the obvious lily. Just use your common sense and take it easy if you have to be outside in the heat of the day, especially on Monday. It's going to be a cooker. At your forecast at 7 minutes after the hour, grab your cup of coffee and your Danish or whatever it is that you want to imbibe in for your morning beverage, and come right back and join me in 1 minute. We'll have your headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
You are driven to succeed. This drive is part of who you are, part of your cultura, your valores. With achievement comes a sense of orgullo. It builds your community. You stand on the shoulders of those who have walked before you, the ones who pushed you to succeed. You have the choice to overcome the challenges that arise in your life. You decide your future. Sí se puede.
Sunshine in north central Washington, 55 degrees here in the big city, lower 80s today, mid 80s on Saturday, lower 90s on Sunday, upper 90s on Monday. Then we'll cool back down a little bit as we say goodbye to June and welcome July by this time next week. It's 9 minutes after the hour. Concerned citizens helped sheriff's deputies track down a pair of suspected burglars who allegedly threatened to kill a homeowner. This happened Thursday morning just outside of Moses Lake. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says 40-year-old Casey Hardy and 33-year-old Michael Paget Jr., both of Moses Lake, they were booked into the Grant County Jail for second-degree robbery. Additional charges are pending. At about 11:30 yesterday morning, a resident in the 2300 block of Valley Road reported two suspicious men running back and forth to their car with items in their hands. As deputies were responding, another homeowner called in to say that the men were in his driveway and had threatened to kill him. The suspects reportedly took the homeowner's phone and then fled in their car. That car was later located at a gas station in nearby Cascade Valley. The men fled on foot, but the sheriff's office said another citizen's call helped them quickly track down and arrest the suspects. A Moses Lake man pled guilty this week to defrauding the State Department of Employment Security of more than $300,000 while he was working as one of its employees. 48-year-old Reyes de la Cruz III pled guilty in Seattle federal court to charges of bribery, wire fraud, and aggravated identity theft. While he was working as an Employment Security Department service agent handling COVID-19 unemployment claims, De La Cruz redirected at least $360,000 in pandemic benefits to himself and others, while also taking kickbacks from some unlawful recipients. Moses Lake police arrested him in September of 2021. He now faces a possible 75 months in prison. He'll be sentenced 3 months from now. One of the three candidates for the Chelan County Commission race, the open race being vacated by Bob Boogert, has decided to withdraw. Zachary Miller of Leavenworth announced Wednesday he will no longer seek the District 2 Commission seat that is being vacated by Bob Boogert. Miller is a stonemason and a member of the Cascade School Board. He says he's leaving the race for reasons of personal health. The withdrawal comes too late for Miller's name to be taken off the August 2nd ballot. It'll still appear alongside the candidates who remain in the race, and those candidates are Leavenworth environmental planner and city council member Ann Hesberg and restaurant owner Sean Smith of Cashmere. Miller previously ran for the same office in 2018. Lake Transit will continue to offer free ridership. The transit system waived its fares in March of 2020. That was in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. Then began a one-year zero-fare pilot program last July. Well, on Tuesday, the Link Board of Directors voted to continue allowing passengers to ride at no charge. Link was established back in 1991 as a zero-fare service, and they only began charging riders in 2000 after voters passed Initiative 695, which instituted the $30 vehicle license tab, and Link said that eliminated about 45% of their revenue. Link said fares accounted for only 4.7% of their operating costs in 2019. Ranchers may continue to graze their domestic sheep in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest despite the risk of disease transmission from wild bighorn sheep. That's the ruling last week from U.S. District Judge Thomas O. Rice in a federal lawsuit that was brought by environmental groups who were seeking to halt all grazing while the U.S. Forest Service conducts a review of the practice. Bighorn herds, including one in Chelan County, they've been damaged in recent years by a deadly pneumonia that can be introduced from domestic sheep. Rice's ruling said the lawsuit was premature, and the Forest Service needs to complete its assessment. A temporary fix to the Wenatchee City Pool is in the works. It seems to be working, and if it continues to work, they plan to reopen the city pool come Monday. Wenatchee Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Director Dave Erickson said a patch to the pool's boiler is holding so far. Staff began slowly heating the water on Wednesday. Erickson said the water will still likely be chilly for Monday's reopening. For regular operations, the city will begin taking swim registrations later next week. Lessons will begin the following week. The boiler failed back on June 13th, and because it was likely to take months to get a replacement, the city was afraid that the pool would just be closed for the summer. Well, 3 different contractors told the city a temporary boiler fix wasn't likely to work, but Erickson said the city went ahead, tried to fix it this week, and so far, it's working. So far, so good. We'll keep a close eye on that. And that's what's making headlines. At 14 minutes after the hour, Grant Olson gets a 3-day weekend. Jefferson Robbins will be in the anchor chair. Eric will be handling sports, and I will be doing the weather forecast. Yeah. With a preview of tonight's news, even though he won't be doing it, here's Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, expect temperatures around normal for this time of year today, and then the heat is on this weekend and into early next week. Dan will have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast, and in sports, Eric Grantstrom has results and reaction from the Mariners' A's and Apple Sox victorious series last night. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Don't forget, you got a news tip. You want to drop us a note and say hi. We'd love to hear from you. We've gotten some pretty significant stories from you, our viewers, chiming in, and we always appreciate that. You can email us, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app to drop us a note that way. or you can go to our website, ncwlife.com, and click on the Contact Us icon. Mariners win a wild one yesterday afternoon in Oakland. Not so wild for the Apple Sox, but they still won anyway. Sports is coming up, plus the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays and opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and the Mission Ridge ski team is putting on a youth triathlon next month at Walla Walla Point Park. Sounds like fun to me. We'll have all of that between now and the top of the hour. You're watching Wake Up in Anchi Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has hot tubs in stock now. Spas are scientifically proven to improve sleep and ease arthritis pain. Let us help you find the perfect spa today. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is helping families reconnect, one hot tub at a time.
16 minutes after the hour, it was a wild game in the Bay Area yesterday afternoon, and the Mariners won it 2-1. They sweep the three-game series. Athletic starter Freddie Montas was 4 outs away from a no-hitter. Adam Frazier broke that up in the 8th inning for Seattle. The Mariners would go on to win the game in the 9th inning on 2 wild pitches.
1-2 to Frazier. It is into left field, and there will not be a no-no today. Frazier parks a base knock near the line, and Montas, a magnificent performance today. Dylan Moore at third base. This to the backstop. Dylan's racing home, and he slides. He's safe, and this game is tied with 2 outs in the 9th inning.
Including this pitch right here. He's set up right down the middle. 98 miles an hour to the backstop.
Now, has this move ever backfired on the A's? Head run Winker at third, 2 outs. To the backstop, here comes Winker! Winker scores, and the Mariners take a 2-1 lead with 2 outs in the 9th inning on another wild pitch from A.J. Puck.
To the score, 2 runs without a hit in the inning, 4 walks.
Seawald's 2-2. Strike 3 called. Brown is not pleased. It was a generous strike zone, and that ends the game.
Absolutely right. Take a look at the location of this breaking ball. They want it on the outside corner at the knees. That is down, and he gets the call.
Scary play in the 5th inning. Ty France came out with an apparent elbow injury after a collision at first base.
The payoff. Weak ground ball. Toro with a bare hand fires a strike, and it takes the glove off of France, and France is down. Noisy ran right into him.
I've had that happen to me, Aaron. Typically, it's going to be an elbow issue. But he reaches right back into him. Kind of bends his wrist back. And he's holding an elbow.
They help him up. So Ty France is done for the day.
Now they'll get him in there and get treatment on it right away.
Scott Service happy with the win, happy with the series sweep, but very worried about the health of his first baseman.
X-rays were negative. He'll get an MRI tomorrow. I think just talking to our trainers and cautiously optimistic, maybe not as bad as it looked. I haven't seen a slow-mo replay, but that's the greatest fear of any first baseman is that play. It's the ball that's taking you up into the runner, and you got to hang in there like Ty would. And hopefully it's nothing too bad. But like I said, X-rays were negative. We'll get an MRI tomorrow. And we'll hope for the best for that. But, ball game tonight, Robbie Ray, maybe not his prettiest outing, but you look up and it's 20 innings. He's given up 1 run. So he's done a really good job turning it around here and giving us a chance to win. The times he takes the hill, which has been awesome. And after that, the boys out of the pen threw the ball great, every one of them. Offensively, obviously, I kept thinking to myself, and I actually said it, if we get a hit, we'll win the game. I didn't know how. But I just thought, when everything's kind of built up, it's a tight game like that, and Montas was fantastic today. It's as good as we've ever seen him. The fastball life, the split, the cutter, commanding like he was. Just a matter, could you get that one hit, and then maybe things would get rolling in the right direction for us. But guys did a nice job controlling the zone. We got some breaks there. We made them throw strikes, and we took advantage of it. So a nice series. We won it in a little bit different fashion today, but we'll take it.
Robbie Ray pitched good, 6 innings of 1 hit ball. Diego Castillo gets the victory. He pitched the 8th inning, and Paul Seward gets the save by closing it out in the 9th. Seattle's now on to Anaheim, taking on the Angels. 6:30 first pitch on Root Sports Northwest. And the only other game in the American League West saw that scrappy team from the Bronx, the Yankees. Boy, hop on board this bandwagon. We scored 4. I don't play for the Yankees. I just follow them. Yankees scored 4 runs at the bottom of the 9th inning to beat the Astros at Yankee Stadium 7-6. Aaron Hicks, a 3-run home run to tie it. Aaron Judge walked it off with an RBI base hit. New York has won 52 games this year. That's the best in baseball. The Wenatchee Apple Sox used a 6-run first inning, and they cruised from there, took out Victoria 9-4. Wenatchee bringing 12 men into the plate in that first frame. We hear more from the voice of the Apple Sox, our good friend Stormin' Joel Norman.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox used a 6-run top of the first inning to pick up a 9-4 victory over the Victoria Harbor Cats on Thursday night and took 2 of 3 games against Victoria this week to start the first 3 games of a 6-game road trip. Wenatchee was off and running in the top of the first inning, scoring their 6 runs, 4 hits in the inning, but more importantly, their patience at the plate paid off. 5 walks drawn by Apple Sox hitters. Biggest hit of the inning was easily Iva Arquette's bases-clearing RBI double, which at the time made it 5-0. He would score 1 batter later on a groundout, but a fantastic victory for Wenatchee. Joichiro Oyama singled and reached twice on walks as he extended his hitting streak to 8 games. Matt Hallback had 3 hits to record his 4th multi-hit game of the season for the Apple Sox. Wenatchee flies out on Friday morning to take on the Edmonton Riverhawks in the first ever series between the two teams, and it gets started at 6:05 p.m. on Friday night at Remax Field. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Thanks, Joel. Chase Matheny worked 6 innings on the mound. He gets his 2nd win of the season. Luke Stuka also had a multi-hit evening for the Apple Sox. Another West Coast League play. Bend sweeps a doubleheader from Yakima Valley. They won both 7-inning contests, 5-3 and 7-zip. Wilson Weber led the way in the opener with a home run for the Elks. Connor Schlecht was dominant on the mound at the nightcap, pitching 6 2/3 of 1-hit ball for the victory. Bellingham makes it 9 in a row with a 7-3 decision over Port Angeles. Daniel Gernon hit a 2-run home run in the 3rd to lead the Bells. Corvallis up their record to 11-1 in conference play with a 9-5 win over Walla Walla. Mason Lee led the way for the Knights. He went 3 for 4 at the plate with 3 runs and an RBI. Joshua Marchesi was 3 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI to lead Nanaimo over Kelowna. 7-2. Portland's Nathan Shin and 3 relievers combined on a 4-hit shutout of Ridgefield. They won 5-0. And Springfield has now lost its non-league game to the Medford Rogues. They allowed 7 runs in the 3rd inning to lose 10-5. So the standings: Wenatchee is still last in the West Coast League's North Division. They're 7-11. They're 6.5 games behind Bellingham. The Bells' lead over Kamloops heading into the weekend is now 3.5 games. Haley Van Lith has led the United States to a 3-0 start in pool play. It's the FIBA 3x3 World Cup. Haley scored 5 points in the first game on Tuesday. That was a 19-14 win over New Zealand. She had a game-high 6 points in an 18-16 win over Austria on Wednesday. And then yesterday she scored 8 points and an 18-14 win over Brazil. Van Lith and the U.S. team will take on France today before they get out of pool play. Now, the tournament is taking place in Antwerp. That's in Belgium, and it runs through the championship game, which is on Sunday. Van Lith is trying to win her 4th gold medal playing in 3x3 and 5-on-5 World Cups. There'll be a lot of sliding and tire smoke coming tomorrow night at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. For the first time, the WVSO is going to feature drift car racing on the quarter-mile asphalt with a visiting tour coming in from Evergreen Speedway in Monroe. Also featured tomorrow night, the Dix Heating and Air Conditioning Thunder Cars, the Plum Perfect Road Runners, and the Northwest Modifieds. Gates open at 4:30. Racing starts at 6. WVSO.com for more information and for tickets. And the Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks are in the playoffs. They'll be in Nampa, Idaho tomorrow. It's just outside of Boise to take on the Horsemen in the first round of the AWFC Indoor Football Playoffs. The game kicks off at 7 o'clock. The winner goes on to take on the Tri-City Rush for the league championship. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. On this Friday morning, the 24th day of June, I had 3 obscure holidays to choose from. Today is National Take Your Dog to Work Day. Probably doesn't work if you're like a scuba diver. Today is National Swim a Lap Day. I'm all for that, but no. It's one of the great culinary delights that the South has given us over the years. Today is National Pralines Day. You don't see pralines much up here, but they are good. Pecan halves, sugar, corn syrup, butter, milk. You mix it all together. You got yourself a praline. It is French in nature. It came from France to New Orleans in the 18th century, and it kind of caught fire from there. It's still pretty much affiliated with the South. If you're in anytime in the southern part of this country and you have a chance to eat real pralines made fresh in a restaurant, take advantage of that. Whole almonds are good for you, but then they put all the other junk in it. It probably makes it not so good for you, but who cares? It's good. National Pralines Day. Pralines made with coconut, by the way, are my favorite. Enjoy. And if you find a place that sells good pralines, let me know, will you? 27 minutes after the hour today in history. June 24th, 1946. 76 years ago today. 9 members of the Spokane Indians baseball team on I-90 on their way between Ellensburg and Bremerton. Those 9 members were killed when the bus went down Snoqualmie Pass. There was a vehicle driving the wrong way. The bus had to swerve to get out of the way of the vehicle, crashed through the guardrail, went down about a 350-foot embankment into a ravine, and then burst into flames. Among those killed in this accident, Wenatchee native Mel Cole, who was not only the manager of the team, but he was the catcher of the team. The identity of the driver was never discovered. It also brings up the interesting story of Jack Lorkey. Jack Lorkey was the third baseman on the Spokane Indians team. He saw action in Normandy and in the Battle of the Bulge, was almost killed multiple times in World War II. Jack Lorkey was on his way to Camp Gilmer in New Jersey. He was flying to California, where he was supposed to be discharged right before the plane took off. Jack Lorkey was bumped off the plane by a colonel, and so Jack Lorkey couldn't take the military transport. That plane crashed. Everybody on board was killed. Jack Lorkey, when this bus stopped in Ellensburg for the team to eat on their way to Bremerton, Jack Lorkey got word that he had been called up to San Diego. So he said goodbye to his teammates and hitchhiked back to Spokane to fly to San Diego, and he avoided dying in this bus crash that happened 76 years ago today on I-90. June 24th, 1948, 74 years ago today, the Berlin blockade began. The Soviet Union made all travel, except for air, between West Germany and West Berlin impossible. They blockaded everything, the roads, the rails, there were canals. There was no way for food and fuel to make it into West Berlin from West Germany. So the only way to supply West Berlin was by air, and that's exactly what we did. It lasted for about 14 months, the Berlin blockade, before the Soviets gave up. American transport airplanes flew 92 billion miles. That's the distance from the Earth to the sun. At the height of the Berlin airlift, one plane landed in West Berlin every 30 seconds. 70% of the supplies flown into West Berlin so they wouldn't die was coal, and the other 30% was food. The Berlin blockade began on this date in 1948. And this is the 12th anniversary of, take a look at that photo. Guess who won this match at Wimbledon? It's not too hard to figure it out. John Isner of the United States defeats Nicolas Mahut of France at Wimbledon in the longest match in the history of tennis. The final, 6-4, 3-6, 6-7, 7-6, 70, 68. It took 11 hours and 5 minutes to play. It took 3 days to play. It is not only by far the longest match in tennis history, both by time it took to play and the number of games. The final set alone, that 70 to 68 set alone, would have been longer than any match previously played. And by the way, they can't do this anymore because of this. They now have a rule change. There is a tiebreaker in the 5th set, so it can't go to 70-68. Yeah, guess who won and guess who lost? 31 minutes after the hour, birthdays. One of America's legendary athletes of his time, the Manasseh Mauler. Jack Dempsey, born in the state in 1895, died at the age of 87 in 1983. He was the heavyweight champion of the world between 1919 and 1926 alongside Babe Ruth, the most popular athlete in America and one of the most popular athletes in the world. Jack Dempsey retired, an extremely wealthy man, became a restaurateur and a philanthropist, and spent a great deal of his retirement years giving money to boxers who fell on hard times. Jack Dempsey, born in the state in 1895. Mick Fleetwood, maybe not the greatest drummer of all time, certainly the tallest drummer of all time, and one half of the band that makes up the name Fleetwood Mac. Mick Fleetwood is 75 years old today. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Fleetwood Mac was inducted back in 1998. Speaking of Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, the guitarist is what he's known as, Jeff Beck, who can play any type of guitar and play it pretty much better than anybody else. The legendary Jeff Beck is 78 years old today. He's in the Hall of Fame twice with the Yardbirds in 1992 and as a solo artist in 2009. Happy 78th, Jeff Beck. And Mindy Kaling from The Office and the Mindy Project and Never Have I Known. She is a screenwriter and a director and a producer. She's very talented, and she's 43 years old today. Still to come on this Friday edition of Wake Up in Anchi Valley, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and then we're going to talk to Lindsay Davison and Roger Taggart. Lindsay and Roger help run the Mission Ridge ski team. They're going to put together a really cool youth triathlon at Walla Walla Point Park coming up next month. They're going to tell you how your kids can get involved. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up in Anchi Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Attention RVers and campers! There's a huge RV liquidation event going on now at Click It RV of Moses Lake. Click It RV of Moses Lake must make room for new inventory arriving daily. There's a huge selection of top quality RVs that must be liquidated to make room for new arrivals.
You're going to want to be at this event.
Get to Click It RV Moses Lake's huge liquidation event.
Get to Click It RV now. Are you going to be mad, bro? You probably already are.
Get the best deals anywhere at Click It RV of Moses Lake.
We guarantee it.
It's the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Central Washington Water. The Super Summer Adventure Series returns in July at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. It's all about having fun with science. WE Science classes for incoming first graders, Secrets of Science for second and third graders, and Wild About Science for incoming 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Classes begin July 11th. Register now by visiting WenatcheeValleyMuseum.org.
Brian's Pizza and Bowling is changing their name to That Pizza Place. Now there's still your same favorite locally owned family pizza and bowling center, That Pizza Place. Come hang out in downtown Cashmere.
The NCW Life Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life Channel today.
For more than 56 years, Crown Furniture and Mattress has been serving North Central Washington with the same principles we were founded on, offering the best quality, great value, incredible comfort, honesty, integrity, and of course, made in the USA. Because so much of our inventory is made in America, it has alleviated a lot of the shortages companies are experiencing nationwide. We are overstocked and ready to deliver. So stop by and see us today or visit us online at www.crownfurnitureandmattress.com.
Cashmere once again celebrates their Founders Day with 2 days full of fun events. The Chalk Art Contest kicks off Friday night, and the Crunch Pack Parade will conclude the event Saturday starting at 5 p.m. The famous ping pong ball drop is back, along with the car show, food vendors, and live music. Bring the whole family for wholesome fun in the great town of Cashmere this Friday and Saturday.
Get coverage you can trust from Bruce Cheadle, your State Farm agent.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, Henry Kissinger, Richard Nixon's Secretary of State, once said that power is the greatest aphrodisiac. I see his point. There's no doubt that people are often attracted to and seduced by those in power, but power works another way as well. And those who have power, it makes those with power feel that they can act any way they want. We've seen it over and over again recently with those men high up in the entertainment industry who have used their power to sexually assault women. I'm gratified to see that these abused women are coming forward, being believed, and that their abusers are being held accountable. Because it's about time us men, powerful or otherwise, treated women with the respect and decency they deserve. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Welcome to Chelan Ridge Winery. I'm so glad you guys came today. At Chelan Ridge, we believe that a memorable experience is part of the journey, and that excellence in service and product make that journey a reality. As a family, we are dedicated to welcoming our customers, crafting award-winning wines and excellent food, and creating an experience you will want to return to again. Family is more than just a popular word here. It is a concept of warmth and acceptance that we wish to extend to all who visit our home.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
Bob's Burgers and Brews in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy great food, great service, and a great time. Only the best for our guests. We look forward to serving you. Stop on by today.
The NCW Life Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCW Life Channel today.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox are officially in full swing this summer. Join in on the action June 28th through the 30th at 6:35 p.m. each night as the Apple Sox take on the Kelowna Falcons. We will spotlight a new group each night, beginning with first responders on Tuesday the 28th, educators on Wednesday the 29th, and finally we offer free admission to those who show military ID on Thursday the 30th for Armed Forces Night. Give your friends and family a night out with us at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium.
I'm here at Boswell's Home Furnishings to announce one of their newest lines of furniture, Builtwell, an amazing local furniture maker in Oregon.
Hi, can I help you?
I was just telling my friends.
About Builtwell? They have exquisite craftsmanship, superior construction. I love their designs. Builtwell is a great addition to the wide selection of quality furniture you'll find here at Boswell's.
Boswell's Furniture on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Are you frustrated because you feel like you aren't getting the internet speeds you pay for? One of the most common ways to test your internet connection is called a speed test. These are free and easily located on the internet and can tell you how fast your internet is. However, for certain reasons, these tests may not always be accurate. A speed test shows you how fast a file can be downloaded to the computer you're running the test on. However, there are many things that can affect the speed of that download besides the speed of the internet going into your home. A few of the things that can affect your internet speed are poor Wi-Fi signal, other wireless signals interfering with the wireless signals coming from your router, other devices in your home draining your bandwidth, your computer or phone running apps programs in the background that you aren't aware of, slowing your entire device. Any of these things can slow down your internet. Your internet is like water flowing down a pipe. There's a big pipe bringing internet to your local area, and a smaller pipe coming off of that bringing internet to your home address. Your router is just another pipe that brings the internet inside your house, and every device inside your home is like a pipe connected to the router. Just like with water, if any of those pipes along the way are too small for the amount of internet that needs to flow through for a family, the flow for everything down the line will be much slower. It's a lot like trying to push all the water going into your house through a small straw. Also, again, just like with water, if everyone in your home is using the internet at once, any individual device may not be able to receive the full flow of the internet. It's like your whole family trying to drink out of that small straw all at once. If you're struggling with internet that is slower than expected, make sure that all of the devices that your internet flows through are working correctly, and check all devices in your home for background programs that may be using the internet. If everything still appears to be working correctly, contact us and we'll be able to help.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're here at Walla Walla Point Park. Granted, the weather isn't the best in the world, but come July 9th, it's going to be a beautiful day to get the kids down here, get them swimming, get them biking, getting them running. It is the first annual triathlon being put on by the Mission Ridge Ski Team. Lindsay, introduce yourself and your partner to your left there.
Hi there, my name is Lindsay Davison. I am the U12 head coach, and this is Roger Taggart, program director for Mission Ridge Ski Team.
And Mission Ridge Ski Team is, you had a good year, right, Roger?
Oh, we had a great year.
Competition-wise?
Yeah, we had a great year. We sent actually 10 athletes to their respective regional junior championships, so that was super exciting, probably one of the best years we've had in that realm. And we did really well with the younger kids. And we just good year all around. A little lean on the snow, but we really don't mind that because then it's hard and fast. Probably the only people on the hill that don't mind that.
And from what I saw from your homepage, big team. They had like 80, 90 kids this year, something like that.
Yep. We're just under 100, which is great. We should have a few more next year. Lots of interest. And we're growing, so it's a good thing.
Mission Ridge Ski Team has been around since, well, Mission Ridge has been around. They started the year after Mission Ridge opened, right?
Yep, 1967. And it's been through a lot of different phases, and it's kind of morphed into what it is now, but it's a great program. We develop kids and make them better skiers, and hopefully out of that we get some good ski racers.
Do you actually host events too, as well as going out to other events?
Yep. Oh, absolutely. So in fact this year we bid on the U16 Nationals, which will bring kids under 16 years old, 14, 15, kind of 16 area. And that'll bring them from all over the country, the best kids, for a 5-day competition here in the spring. So,
is it really cool when the kids come and they get to ski Mission Ridge? They go, this is a nice place. I like it here.
They do, actually. We did that event 5-6 years ago, and they've been asking to come back since. So hopefully we win that bid. But yes, we do host races from the real little guys all the way up to the high end.
Is that because Mission Ridge is first of all, the way it faces, it gets a lot of powder, a lot more powder than most other ski resorts. Also, the base is at 4,000 feet. A lot of ski resorts, that's the summit. And Mission Ridge, that's the bottom of the mountain. That gives you a distinct advantage, doesn't it?
Well, it's great. And the snow that we get is dry, and actually it packs out really well, so we get great racing surfaces. It doesn't rain very much here, and it's a lot of times it's sunny, so that's what everybody likes.
And you had the big golf tournament on Sunday the 12th, right, Lindsay?
Yes, it was a great event. We were out at Desert Canyon this year. Lots of teams, lots of community support, and great weather.
Speaking of community support, this doesn't happen with sponsors, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Let's transition to Saturday, the 9th of July, right here at Walla Walla Point Park. First of all, this is a great idea. Nobody's done this before. I don't know why. It's about darn time. Tell me about the genesis of this kids' triathlon. Where did it come to be?
Well,
apparently Roger's going to answer.
Yeah, right. I'll answer. I'll take that one. It's we're a winter sports club, and what we do is we try to develop youth through winter athletics, right? And so athletics bring a lot to kids that they might not get otherwise. And we just wanted to expand our reach a little bit and provide something for the community. And I've seen this done before in other areas, Hood River to be specific. It's a huge event, very well attended, really a great thing. Participants love it. And so we were looking for something to do this summer to, again, bring athletics to kids or kids to athletics, whichever way you want to think of that. And we thought this would be a cool thing to try, and first annual, so we'll see how it goes and build on this one and keep it rolling.
The event, again, is on July 9th. It's for basically, well, not kids of all ages, but it's going to be divvied up by age group, and that means that the kids aren't going to be out there swimming across the Columbia River and back again. They're going to be stuck here in the lagoon. But you do have the specifics about the ages, the lengths of the races, how that whole thing goes. Lindsay, you want to do that? And you can consult with your notes if you want. That's fine with me.
We have several age groups. The first is 6 to 8 year olds, and then 9 to 11 and 12 to 14, and they'll go in waves at different times. The younger guys will be able to touch the whole time. The RAC is sponsoring our swim leg, and they will be here with lifeguards, so we're really appreciative of their help and wisdom as we do that. And then they will transition to the bike leg, which is sponsored by Arlberg Sports, and that'll be out and back. And the distances vary by the age groups. And then they go into the run leg, which is sponsored by Performance Footwear. So really excited to have them on board. And everything will be out and back, so commencing and ending here.
It's a great program. I don't know why anybody hasn't thought about this before. And what if you don't have a bike? What if you're a kid? I want to play. I don't have a bike.
We do have some resources
Okay.
to help kids find a bike, so they can contact us. My information is on the website with all the information about the try. But yes, don't let that stop you from joining.
And 100 kids per division, is that correct? So,
Yes,
so
that's
that way it's manageable?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's pretty reasonable price. It's like $45, something like that to enter?
Yep, it's $43. There is a little fee as you register, so it brings it right around $45. We worked hard to keep that very reasonable for participants, and we have a lot of sponsors on board. Artisan Flooring and Wenatchee Pediatric Dentistry are going to be our event sponsors, so it'll be a great event, and the kids get a t-shirt with the logo on it, and
So for the juniors, the 6 to 8 year olds, the swim is 50 meters, which is basically one end of the Wenatchee City Pool to the other. It's not that hard. It's not that long. Yeah, not that big at all. Then you only bike a mile. Then you run a quarter of a mile. I think I could even do that. For the 9 to 11 year olds, it's 100 meters. Again, not a big thing. Then you bike for 2 miles, and then you run for half a mile. And then for the seniors 12 to 14 years old, 200 meters swim, 4 mile bike, 1 mile run. Very reasonable.
yes.
So nobody's going to be falling down from exhaustion from that.
No, and we will have first aid here and water stations and snacks and everything they'll need.
And how did one come to the decision that this will be how long the kids swim and bike and ride? I mean, is it you just consult with it? There's 6-year-olds. They're not going to. You don't want to do it too hard.
We looked at other events and looked at their distances online, and we talked with Evie at the RAC and then chatted amongst ourselves.
Is there going to be prizes, awards, ribbons, trophies?
Everybody gets a t-shirt, and then the top competitors in each age group and each gender will get a medal. Yes.
And the idea really is to get the kids out of the house. It's summer vacation. You don't want them sitting in the basement playing video games and not doing anything. Get them outside and get them active and get them running around, right?
Yes, that is the goal. Yes.
And this all benefits you guys, right? Or just to offset costs? Or
Yep, this is a fundraiser for our team. Almost 2/3 of our tuition is covered by fundraising we do throughout the year. We have the golf tournament and this and a fall auction.
And we are a nonprofit 501c3, so everything goes back into supporting the kids.
I've talked to a lot of organizations, youth hockey, youth baseball, marching bands. No parents, none of this stuff works at all, right? I mean, the parents getting the kids up to Mission Ridge and getting them skiing and stuff, they play a huge role in your organization, don't they?
We couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we got to have the kids. We got to have the kids to coach, but the parents are the support group. They help with the races. They help with events like this try. We do an auction in the fall. They help with that. I mean, they're really very, very involved. It's a much different scenario than maybe a soccer team. You go, you sit on the side opposite from your kids. Your kids play soccer. You pat them on the shoulder and you take them home. In this, the kids the parents are very involved with their kids.
You mentioned the sponsors. It's not too late to sponsor, to write you guys a check, right?
Yeah, we would love to have sponsors jump in with us. That information is also on our website, and they can connect with me, and I'll get all the information out.
And you register on the website. It's very simple. I just Googled Mission Ridge Ski Team, popped right up.
Yep.
Piece of cake.
Yes.
You got to love that. Hopefully there's going to be a second annual, right?
That is the hope. It's looking really good so far. Yeah.
So, and is there a registration deadline? The event again is July 9th. When's the deadline to get signed up? So you got enough T-shirts, and you know how many kids are going to be in each division.
July 2nd.
July 2nd. So don't dawdle around, folks. Get it done. Did we cover everything? Did we get everything done? I hate to walk away and say we missed something.
I think we got it.
Did we get it all?
No, I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
It's again, first annual. Come out. We'll build on it each year. get bigger, better, and be part of the first one.
And by the way, I love your haircut.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I just had that done.
Just
That's
had your
nice,
haircut,
huh?
yeah. By the way, they sell these things at Walgreens called razor blades. You might look into that. Everybody's doing it nowadays.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll check that out. Thanks.
Thanks for spending your time with that. Good. Oh, one more question before I cut you loose. How do folks get involved with the Mission Ridge Ski Team? You got a kid who likes to ski or maybe is into it. How do take it from there?
Well, probably the first thing is give us a call. We can explain a little bit more. There is a ton of information on the website, the different programs for the different age groups. If it's something that you want to just try for a day, you're more than welcome to come up and ski with a group appropriate for your age and skill level. And if you want to play, we can sign you up and get you going, and it'll be the rest of your life scenario.
Can you help them out if there's kids say, I want to ski, I can't afford it? Skiing can be an expensive hobby, expensive sport. Is there a way to offset some of those costs?
It can, and we have a really great scholarship fund. In our fall auction, we do a specific part of that is to raise money for sponsorships or for scholarships, And we've helped several kids both just attend in terms of tuition, also go to maybe some big races. We get kids invited to special races. We help with that. But there's, fortunately for those kids and for us, there's some very generous people in the Valley. We have a very nice fund, and it goes all 100% back to the kids.
Again, July 9th right here at Walla Walla Point Park. Swim, bike, run. It's for the kids. It's the first annual triathlon, and it's going to go great guns. And again, I guarantee you the weather will be better than it is today, all right?
Boy, I hope so.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley, and we're going to be right back. Beaver Valley Lodge in Leavenworth is located on 50 acres set in a quiet country atmosphere with historic farm feel and charm. It's sure to make your stay one to remember. Beaver Valley Lodge offers a variety of overnight accommodations for groups large and small that range from rooms for 2 to 4 people to entire vacation homes with all the space you'll need for a reunion, a retreat, or a wedding. Book your stay at Beaver Valley Lodge, where you'll come as a guest and leave as a friend.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
All right, in the 2 minutes we have left on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, once again we want to reiterate how fast the local rivers are flowing. This was this morning's post from the USGS. This is the Anaat River near Ardenvore. That triangle indicates where it is supposed to be as far as the flow is concerned, and that blue bar is where it's actually at. So the Anaat River near Ardenvore is normally supposed to be flowing at about 1,000 cubic feet per second. This morning, it's going at 1,700 cubic feet per second. So it's cooking, baby. And the Wenatchee River near Monitor, pretty much the same deal. Normally, it flows at 7,000 cubic feet per second. Of course, it has a lot more tributaries to it, and it's wider. This morning, it's running at 10,000 cubic feet per second. And, of course, the Anaat and the Wenatchee empty into the Columbia, which is also very high and very cold, especially for this time of the year. Remember, 1 week from today, we're into July, and these are the river flows that we normally see in early May, not late June. It's been a strange weather year, to say the least, but you're going to like this. From the National Weather Service, just about 80 today, right around normal, maybe a couple of degrees warmer. 57 for the overnight low. The real big warm-up begins on Saturday. That's when that high-pressure ridge is really going to get amplified. Up to 86, we go 91 Sunday, 98 on Monday. I think we can safely call that hot. And don't forget, we're not really acclimated to the heat yet, even though we get warm temperatures this time of the year. Take it easy if you're outside in the warmth. And that's it for us. Have a great weekend. We will see you Monday. Bye-bye.